There are certain types or groups of pigs that must be discarded quickly in your pig farm if you must be profitable. 1. Aggressive pigs. Pigs that display aggressive behavior towards other pigs or humans. Aggressive pigs may engage in fighting, bullying, or dominance behavior, leading to injuries, stress, and reduced productivity among other pigs. So your aggressive pigs can cause other pigs not to feed by bullying them. And once you, the farmer, are not able to identify this behavior, the pigs that are deprived of the feed will not gain the weight you need, and it will cost you your profit. If you could remember, I told you about a sow that attacked her own piglet and even tried to bite me in addition. While displaying this behavior, she forgot that I was the one keeping her and not the other way around. She was released off duty for bad conduct. 2. Sick and diseased pigs. Pigs that are chronically sick or diseased may also pose health risk to the rest of the herd. Sick pigs may spread infections or diseases or parasites even to the healthy ones, which can also lead to disease outbreak and increased mortality rates even though you are practicing the necessary biosecurity measures. So sick pigs that are isolated and given treatment should recover after a certain period. Beyond that, just discard them and be safe. And the third one is injured pigs. Pigs that are injured or disabled may require specialized care and attention that may not be feasible on your part. If you don't eliminate these types of pigs, you are likely to be demotivated anytime you see them, and this can make you shift your attention and focus from the healthy ones. Injured pigs may have difficulty moving, feeding, or even interacting with other pigs, which is one of their behaviors as social creatures. I had a very bad sow that injured her own piglet by paralyzing her and was unable to move and compete with the other piglets for the feed or water. I had to give her alone a separate room, yet she struggled to turn to her right side. I had to personally hold the water very close to her before she could put her mouth into the drinking trough. This even made my mom say that, "Francis, I suggest you kill this winner to save her the stress." And she was right, because due to her condition, she was unable to feed well. She was also losing weight as a result of that, and above all, she claimed ownership of a full room to herself alone when I don't even have enough rooms. Guess what I did? I gifted her out cheaply and used the proceeds to buy diesel for my milling machine. And the next one is problematic breeding stock. Breeding stock that consistently produces offspring with undesirable traits or genetic defects that you yourself are not happy with must be killed from your farm. This problematic breeding stock can pass on hereditary traits or issues to future generations, which can also compromise the quality and the performance of your farm. If you have, say, 2 female pigs, one gives birth to 8 piglets consistently and the other 14, but the 8 piglets take between 6 and 7 months to reach the market weight, whereas the 14 piglets take close to 10 months to gain the same weight. It makes more economic sense to kill the mother of the 14 piglets and keep that of the 8 pigs. If you decide to keep the one that produces slow-growing piglets, then you should look at changing the breeding boar or getting semen from trusted source for your next artificial insemination. This slow-growth piglet is not always about the pigs, but your feeding and management practices also count, so be sure you know exactly what you're doing on the farm. And the next one is also escaping pigs. Pigs that repeatedly attempt to escape from the enclosure or the room, or even exhibit strong rooting behavior if you're keeping them in the extensive system, may even pose management challenges. And you know what happens if pigs are able to escape from the environment in which they are kept. Escaping pigs can damage the fencing, disrupt neighboring properties, and even pose safety hazards to themselves. If I should tell you about this experience, when I was keeping pigs, like when I was taking care of a family-owned pigs, which were the local breeds, these pigs, anytime they went out, they were running and chasing after chicks and even eating them. If you don't see them, before you realize, they are able to consume about 5 chicks at a time. And you know, if these chicks don't belong to you, the pig farmer yourself, and it's for a neighbor, you know what happens? You are definitely going to have a conflict and you can never solve your problems. I once had a sow that I couldn't live with simply because she salivates every part of the wall, making it unattractive to even touch with your hands. Aside that, she tried to escape and sometimes wanted to cross the walls into the rooms of the neighboring pigs. And imagine what happens if this pig is able to escape her own room and enter the room of a younger pig, or a pig into the room of pigs that she can bully. what happens? She's going to bully them, attack them, and even bite them, some of them to death, if not to injure them. Such behavior is never tolerated, but if you intend to keep such pigs due to their large litter or good-looking piglet, it will be smart enough to invest in strong fencing and building high walls beyond the height of the pig. The next one is also non-productive pigs. Pigs that are non-productive or unprofitable may not justify their continued presence on your farm. This includes pigs that fail to meet growth targets, have reproductive issues, or exhibit poor feed conversion efficiency. You know, once pigs eat, they need to convert this feed to give you the weight you need at the end of the day. These non-productive pigs include female pigs that always get miscarriages or refuse to be mated by their male counterparts. Non-productive pigs will consume resources without providing sufficient returns, leading to financial losses on your part on the farm. Recently, I personally reserved a boar that I believed should be the ideal one for my farm when the main boar on the farm is sold out, but this boar disappointed me. 2 of my female pigs came on heat at different times, but this boar refused to allow his genital to even come out. He never showed interest in any of the pigs. He lay down while the females were rushing and rather trying to mount him. He lay there quietly. His only focus was on feed, which I never deprived him of. With this, I couldn't live with him on the farm. And you know what happened next? Again, pigs that eat their own poops. Lack of proper hygiene, coupled with lack of feed in the pen, can make pigs eat their own waste. In a situation where you keep clean environment and feed the pigs well, yet they still prefer to eat their own feces, I don't hesitate to subtract them from my farm. This behavior is what if other people come to see pigs on your farm, they say pigs are dirty, they eat their own feces. I don't want this to happen on my farm. Once I notice that a pig is doing this on the farm, I quickly discard such a pig off, not to let others even see this kind of bad behavior to copy. Again, pigs that eat their own piglets. I think this is one of the important ones and the important reasons why you should discard these pigs if they eat their own piglet. So if you're fortunate enough to catch any of your sow feeding on her own piglet after following, don't give her a second chance, especially if you have been feeding her well. How will your farm grow if your sow eats all her piglets anytime she follows? Again, pigs that mess their rooms anyhow. I know pigs are not all gentle, but at least I have some pigs that know exactly where to poop and where to sleep, as well as where to find their feed. Any pig that goes contrary to these demarcations after being trained are discarded peacefully. I don't like to stress myself. What even as relates the rate at which I discard such pigs is when I see a pig pooping in the feeding trough. What? My friend, you must go. So as you see, there are certain pigs you don't have to force yourself as a farmer seeking advice all the place. I want to discard this pig is behaving this way, I want to do this. Sometimes just apply your own reasoning and know what to do. You don't have to pamper any pig on your farm, especially if you think you have done enough.